Um, the video that I made Wednesday, I made a couple of really grievous mistakes, and I just want to take accountability for it because I do feel genuinely horrible. Let me start with the biggest thing that I said that was just horribly incorrect. Turkey Tom does not goon to Jigglypuff or Screamtail. I've seen the guy's dick. He doesn't have any goon marks. I don't even think he's ever actually gooned. He's not a gooner, despite what he says. And I perpetuated that lie that he was. And I probably irreparably damaged his career. And I'm so sorry for that.
Hasan Piker is a dumbass Nepo baby who has no business or right being the face of leftist politics online. At the same time, the war in Palestine is worlds more important than this dumbass white dude abusing his fucking dog. Both can be true. It's actually crazy. Did you know that? Both can be true.
Oh, if your stance is, no it's not, fuck those or they're terrorists. I really implore you to go look more into the Israeli conflict. I actually really implore you to watch the rest of this video, but I don't think a lot of this will satisfy you, which is actually part of the point of this video, if you'll stick around and watch.
Subsequently, Turkey Tom is another dumbass white boy, and he has a consistent history of constantly downplaying the conflict in Palestine. This is also true. This is actually, all three of those things are true. Did you know that? Just because Hasan also says that the conflict in Palestine is more important than his dumb white ass getting flamed for allegedly abusing his dog
doesn't suddenly make that not true. However, it also
doesn't mean that he doesn't deserve every bit of flaming that he gets. I only said that to build the case against Tom. That is the only reason why I said that. It is because Tom consistently dismisses to his audience of what I'm pretty sure are other edgy white boys
the Israeli-Palestine conflict as something that's just not fucking important to us. And as I explained in my previous video, our taxes go to murdering people. That's fucking horrifying. Now, in order to discuss this, I have to say the T word a lot. I'm gonna censor it, but I hope you know it's what Hamas is. It's what, I don't know if I can say many more of them. That might be a bad idea. The guys that went to Tilted Towers and made a big mess, I'm gonna call them Tilted Towers. I hope you guys get the euphemism. And a core theme of this video, I really think you should watch it all the way through before you form an opinion. There is a lot of nuance here, and that is one thing that I don't think I handled very well in the first video. I'm genuinely sorry about it. I probably communicated that pretty ineffectively. I am a fucking mushmouth talker. That's not anyone's fault. I'm gonna call some people stupid later, and I want you to know, if it was just because you misunderstood how I was talking, that's not because you're stupid. The way I talk sometimes is not conducive to effective communication. I'm very belting off words. My brain goes at 1,000,000 miles a fucking hour. Sometimes I just mix things up. I am actively working on it. I have a friend that used to co-write these videos with me, and she's too busy now to help me. It really would have been helpful for her to like read over some of these things and tell me like, hey, that just sounds stupid. I actually talked to her about it. The solution that we came up with was, I'm going to start trying to break things down a little more, because I need to do that. These are supposed to be commentary videos. We'll get into that later. They're not exactly video essays, but I do try to be like some level of informative, and I should be more clear when I'm being informative. Genuinely, I'm just actually sorry for that. Like, no bullshit. That's on me. But either way, as for the nuances of this video, I do just want to say, you're probably gonna think I'm fence sitting a lot, and I'm not. I'm explaining the intricacies to make my point. The intricacies can go in both directions. They don't have to go in. I know a lot of video essays, like, they just dunk on a guy. That's not what I like to do, and I think that's also why I upset a lot of people, because I was dunking on both their favorite guys while giving one of them a little bit of validity. And I promise, the validity wasn't for the guy. It was for Palestinians. But we can get into that later. Just please keep watching. Please, for the love of fucking God. I really like this video. I hope more people like it. I know it's gonna get dislike bombed to shit still, but I really think some people are gonna take something great out of this. Now, the thing is, Tom only talks dismissively about the Palestinian conflict when he's talking about Hasan, which would be one thing. That would be totally reasonable, and I would see why y'all all thought I was just trying to defend Hasan. But if you take a look at the video where he's criticizing Hasan for interviewing a Hamas terrorist and constantly dismissing Hamas as just terrorists that aren't worth engaging with, wow, suddenly it's not just about Hasan. Suddenly it's like he doesn't want to fucking engage with the issues of the conflict. Now, I'm gonna keep referring to Hamas as terrorists, and we'll get to that for a second. I'm not saying it's wrong to call them terrorists, or that anything that they're doing is defensible or correct. You shouldn't kill people. That's horrible. I don't care what the circumstances are. That's not a good thing to do. But the way that Tom is constantly dismissing them for being terrorists civilians. Like, there's like zero reason that anyone would ever commit an attack like that on a state that's genociding your people. Like, it's still bad that they killed a bunch of innocent people. They didn't do it in a vacuum though. Did you know that? And this brings up two different issues. One, why are terrorists worth engaging with? And two, how could Tom be pushing propaganda? Let's talk about that, okay? That is an important thing to discuss. This is a very propagandized word. I know that sounds fucking sacrilegious. What do you mean? Is a propagandized word? Yeah, duh. Because of the Red Scare, Americans have this weird fucking view of propaganda that it's just some evil, like, hypnotic thing that the enemy shows you to make you think against your country, when in reality it is any form of media that people use to convince you of ideas. This is propaganda. Every video essay ever is propaganda. That is also why so many leftists will just blatantly say, oh yeah, I'm pushing propaganda. It's not a bad thing. We just understand what the word means. And that's not to say you're dumb for not. You've been propagandized to not know what it means. So were we until we looked up what propaganda was. Now, at the same time, having to say the Pledge of Allegiance, you know, that tradition where you stand there and say, God fucking damn it, I love America, and all these other fucking kids around me love America. God bless these fucking schools. That's propaganda. That's totally propaganda. You can call that good or bad. I don't really care. You have every right to fucking love your country. But that is propaganda. It's one of the most blatant instances of propaganda I've ever seen. Alright, kids, you're all expected to tell me now that you love repeat it for me. Come on. Come on. You love this country, and you want to see in jail for doing crack. You love this fucking country. Good fucking God, the youth are so smart today. Our public schools, which were founded by billionaires, are literally designed to push propaganda to kids to make them fucking factory workers that hate communists. That's all they are. And as we'll get into later, that doesn't mean that they're all evil. Schools are fucking great. You genuinely learn in schools, but they're there to teach propaganda. I was so fucking mystified when I found out that now, in the age where everyone has a smartphone, teachers were still telling kids, you're not always gonna have a calculator, so you need to show your work in the math class. That doesn't have anything to do with the fucking job that you actually want to do. It shocked me at first, and I remembered, oh yeah, every FedEx doesn't let you use your phone. And you still need to count boxes at that FedEx. You might need to multiply those boxes or some shit. That makes sense. Now, what does this have to do with Turkey Tom and Terry? Well, here's the thing. A big thing that propaganda loves to do is make one catch-all word that is technically totally defining something correctly, but kind of hides away some of the meaning of it. My favorite example of this is the propagandization of the word communist. I remember I was talking to this dude. He's pretty cool. I still talk to him, but we met for the first time, and he was like a businessman, and I was just telling him about Indiana, because he lives in Missouri, and I was just telling him, like, oh yeah, in Indiana, you like can't sell liquor at a certain time. They started arresting people for like sleeping on the fucking streets. It's fucking crazy down there. And he said, what are they, communists? And that made me need a cigarette. Me and that guy met on a dating app. That was the moment I realized. The businessman threw me off already. That was the moment I was like, oh, I'm not fucking you. If you're unaware, communism is a very complex political ideology that is completely centered around the idea of eliminating social classes. Dictatorship is an accident that happened when dumbasses in the Soviet Union tried to do communism. It probably had a lot to do with the United States fucking hating communism and pushing their resources to the point where they had to make a more martial law style state in order to survive. Because communism is not compatible with capitalism. Communism actively tries to destroy capitalism because capitalism is dependent on a social class structure where some people are at the bottom and some people are at the top. Therefore, through efforts in the Cold War, the United States actively tried to suppress communism. Now, when whatever the fuck happened to make these states working towards communism, that's another thing. They weren't even communists. They were states with a lot of socialist policies that were working towards communism. Communism was like a utopian idea that socialism can lead to. It's never actually been done. And when they noticed that a lot of these countries were becoming dictatorships after all following the same dumbass plot that the Soviet Union laid out, hey, this is a community-based idea. Let's have a power structure in the middle. Isn't that a smart fucking way to do that? We'll have one social class. All right, just one. It's not a bad idea. Come on. That became a very easy way to say that ideology is just bad. It's just bad. It didn't take into account what America was doing. It didn't take into account the fact that these communists didn't heed to the very important communist idea that democracy is the lifeblood of communism. It should not be a centralized power like these chuckle fucks made it. I swear to God, I know there's a quote with the CCP. I remember some white dude saying that. I can't remember what the fuck it is. It was like an early communist philosopher. I'm pretty sure before China was even communist. Please tell me if you know the first person that said that, because it was not a Chinese Chinese guy. I remember seeing this shit. But we'll get into this later. I don't give a fuck if it's fucking Hitler that said that. A community-based form of government like democracy and a community-based power structure like communism, yeah, of course they'd work together. That's the only way those things would actually work effectively together for any amount of time. And I stopped being a communist when I realized, like, that'd be really hard to maintain, and it'd be really hard to stop more power structures coming up in that system. Hell, that's my anti-communist propaganda. A huge propaganda that I've heard a lot, which I don't totally disagree with, in favor of communism, is that a lot of these dictatorial states were necessary violence that was being used to push into communism, into a better society. And that has so many cracks. Like I said in the Hasan video, like, that's the kind of shit that makes me worried of, like, if the government does fall and someone like Hasan with a lot of people sucking his fucking dick might actually genuinely try to make like a communist dictatorship so they can be like, I will help all of you be equal while I sit here with my expensive ass dog in my mansion and eat grapes and goon to fucking Jigglypuff.
It's Springfield! I love Springfield!
But you see that none of that explanation involved dictatorships as a part of the philosophy. That doesn't make any fucking sense. There are some communists in favor of a dictatorship. I think they're retarded. It'd be better to call those people like dictatorship wanters. It'd be better to call them fascists, honestly. That's probably the best word for it. Because a lot of their ideology is, we have to kill everyone that doesn't agree with us. That's the same shit that Hitler did. Funny enough, when Hitler started the Holocaust, he started by arresting communists because they didn't agree with his ideology. Oh my god! Oh my fuck, isn't that crazy? Now, just like communist being a catch-all word for dictatorship, weirdly, under American propaganda, is a catch-all word for murder of innocents. Yeah, it is. That's very true. That's exactly what it means. Hamas are terrorists. They did that. Yeah, being a terrorist is bad. That's why I haven't called them like martyrs or something. They are terrorists. That is absolutely true. Now, they are terrorists in an environment where they have had their people genocided for 80 fucking years. The genocide is not a new thing. Gaza is the new thing. The thing where they restricted off this one area, that's the new thing. Them being genocided from these fucking white people from Europe that took their fucking land. There's a story from the 40s about a soldier just horrifically running into a fucking cave full of bodies of fucking Palestinians. And there are several videos now of Israelis talking about Palestinians like they're fucking demons that need to be destroyed. They're this evil thing from the fucking Dark Lord. This scourge, and they're orcs. They're orcs from fucking Lord of the Ring as far as they're concerned. You see now how easy propaganda makes it to give people this really stupid black and white, good and evil perspective instead of actually engaging with things in the world despite what they think of them? I should say, that's not all Israelis. I don't even know if most Israelis think that. Some of Hasan's fucking friends have said that. I think that's really fucking irresponsible to say without numbers. You're painting an entire population as racist based on social media posts. Grow the fuck up, Hasan's friends. At the same time, again, nuance, that is very popular to see on social media. If you're being genocided and all you're fucking seeing is those people saying that on social media, I start swinging too. I start swinging some nukes, goddammit. That's crazy. Like, at the very least, you kill a few innocent people and maybe they go, man, what the fuck did we do? You fucking genocided people. We've been trying to tell you this shit for 80 years. None of you were listening. You keep calling us fucking demons. Are you fucking gonna talk about it now, motherfuckers? You haven't been for 80 fucking years. You gotta push it under the fucking rug for 80 fucking years. Now, I'm not telling you to be violent or be terrorists. I literally don't think I can on YouTube, but it is important to understand where these violent people are coming from. Violence and anger are reactions. They're defensive mechanisms. In any situation, whether you're justified or not, if you're mad about something, it's because you're responding to something that's offending you. Anger does not happen in a vacuum. You have to do bad shit sometimes. You are allowed to defend yourself from attack. And it's not good to kill people. It's never fucking good. Even in self-defense, you have taken someone's life away. Did you shoot a robber? Why do you think that guy was robbing you? Maybe he was fucking poor. The dude probably had like a fucking daughter he had to feed or something with all that money he was stealing from you. You ever fucking think of that, asshole? Nuance. I'm not saying don't shoot a robber that's invading your home. Nuance. I hate that I have to fucking explain this because from the comments from the last video, I know some idiot thought, oh, now we can't shoot robbers and defend ourselves. Please comment nuance if you immediately understood that I wasn't saying that. Please, just save my fucking sanity. Like 3 goddamn points of HP. I need a goddamn potion. Y'all drove me up a fucking wall with that last video. Seriously. I feel like when Double D saw that all the neighborhood kids were retarded, he had to pull them aside and be like, all right, kids, this is how you do math. That's why I got this thing on my head now. This is my double D cosplay. How you feel about it? You don't have to be a fucking good person all the time. That is one of the most important skills as an adult. And that's what pissed me off about that video, because I think a lot of you wanted me to say either Hasan good, Turkey Tom bad, or Turkey Tom good, Hasan bad. They're both dumbasses. We're all dumbasses. All of us are kind of good and kind of bad. All of us have the potential to do evil. That's where I really want to get into the core of this video. Because I've already said everything I wanted to say about Hasan and Turkey Tom, and you fucking thought I was crazy. And genuinely, some of that is just because I wasn't good at communicating. But I said what I said in that video, and I fucking meant it. The worst comments I got on that video weren't even the ones telling me I was a dumbass Hasan glazer. Those actually gave me a little bit of life, because I was like, holy fuck, someone's actually thinking while watching the video and making arguments. They're just not finishing the fucking video and making all the same arguments that I'm making later in the video. No, the ones that were the worst were the ones that I got more than anything saying that it was rage bait. I couldn't even figure out how people were taking the video, because I assumed you guys would take it in a nuanced way that I usually do. But so many people just saw this and thought it was fucking rage bait. That is the angriest I've been in a video until now, and it got called fucking rage bait. It didn't even make me mad, it made me sad that people were watching this thing about sociological issues that are very fucking important. White boys not being fucking aware of politics because they don't fucking have to be, because they don't get fucking profiled by police and shit, is very fucking important. To have people see that and go, oh, he's just baiting. You're fucking stupid. I really want to tell you just to not watch my fucking channel. But honestly, that would be kind of elitist. And I am angry, and I am gonna call y'all fucking dumbasses. I'm gonna be a bad, evil elitist on that. I'm gonna be a bad person. But you're not stupid. That's the culture that we have. It would be really fucking gross and elitist of me to consistently treat you guys like I'm above your fucking intelligence level or something like that. It's genuinely aggravating, but it really reads more like a cultural miscommunication to me. It kind of reminds me of the way, and I've experienced this a lot as a mixed person that looks horribly fucking white. So black people, we joan on people a lot. We love making fun of our own. And I grew up in a white family. I'm not used to that. So I don't have a lot of black friends, because a lot of them end up making fun of me for shit, for being white. That's one of the main things. And I'm really glad I never got as angry with them as I did with y'all, because I would have said some racist fucking shit. But one of the most important things that helped me accepting my identity as a black man, and to not be one of them like anti-black type flying the milk niggas, like those niggas fucking weird, was just recognizing that that wasn't because they're bad, evil people. Their culture is different. It's not inferior, it's different. I'm never rude or dismissive to other black people. Honestly, I usually just code switch and blend in with them for a bit. I think I said it in a different video, like, despite being raised by a white family, that was only for a part of my childhood. I am a at heart. Say it with me now. Both can be true! But the second that shit starts happening, I get uncomfortable. And instead of getting mad and going, you are all the same, I just take my space away. I don't need to be in that space. That's a part of the culture that I'm not very comfortable with. And I don't hate it, I just don't really participate in it. I fucking love black people. The jonin and all, it's just not for me. I don't need to be around it. Now, I don't know if the culture of not nuancing things that you watch is inferior. I don't know if I'd be comfortable saying that. It's definitely driven by capitalist structures. It is a control mechanism ingratiated within you by propaganda. There's this really good video essay that I don't know if I'll be able to find, but it goes over how we changed reading. Instead of being taught phonics, which have you break down words and logically process them, we started getting taught to read words all at once. And by doing this, words stopped being logical things to comprehend and started being emotional signals to give us an immediate reaction. This wasn't accidental. They literally studied and found that it was giving more emotionally charged stuff, and they're like, oh, that'll help kids be more emotional. Which is really, that's what you want, is everyone being overly emotional about everything and hearing one word that they don't like and freaking the fuck out. We have a more reactionary, emotionally charged way of thinking about things. And I don't know if I'm like different or something. See, I had a black mom, which means I knew how to read way before I fucking got into school. My first memories are of this bitch torturing me to fucking learn the alphabet. And then the way that I learned to read was, since I knew all the letters, she just said, okay, put them together. Now you can sound them out, put them together. I don't know how related that is to Hooked on Phonics. I know I've definitely always been a very logical person. That's why I'm such a good programmer, but like, I wonder if that put me like halfway through, because I was definitely like that for a while, where I would just hear a word and react. The thing that actually broke me out is actually my co-writer that I mentioned earlier. She's very, very good at picking out the nuance in situations, and I kind of learned that from her. I think I had a little bit of it, but I don't know. She definitely helped with that. Check her shit out, by the way. She's a fucking amazing indie folk singer. I love her shit. It's a little bit junk core like this channel, but she's an actual punk. I'm just an edgelord. And that's the point. I'm very good at doing that. I want to spread that. Let's get into the actual main theme of the video here.
Watch more video essays. That's the actual title of this video.
Now, when I say that, I don't mean,
Everyone needs to watch H Bomber Guy and ContraPoints, and if everyone just watched these educational things, and if everyone was just more educated, then we'd all get along. No, that's more dumb elitist shit.
in the 2024 election, the Democratic Party really tried to push this idea that like, oh, people aren't voting for us because they're retarded. And it's like, wow, why aren't you making it something worth voting for then, you fucking idiots? That seems like something a smart person would do, was to learn how to talk to normal fucking people instead of just calling them fucking stupid. And I'm not smart, but I do want to do that. It is very important. Whether or not a lot of y'all don't see the nuance, and I know that's not all of y'all, I want to make that clear. It is very clear that a lot of people didn't want to fucking see the nuance, just given the fact that half of y'all said shit that happened later in the fucking video. Like, I'll give room for me being wrong. Please tell me I'm wrong. I would love to be wrong and just move on with my day, but I don't think I am. Please, comment below. Let me know what you think. My dumbass, don't just watch those dumb breadtubers. Watch PragerU. Watch What If Alt Hits. And then watch those breadtubers. And then go read a fucking book. It's not about educating yourself, it's about taking in different perspectives. That ideology is literally why I watch Turkey Tom, despite being a leftist who probably should hate this dumbass white boy. And that's the thing, I don't hate Tom. He's a dumb white kid. What the fuck is there to hate? He's just ignorant. I don't hate Hasan. He's a dumb white dude. What is there to hate? He's just doing what white people do and colonizing everything. Actually, that's pretty hateable. The left needs to move away from hate. This is the worst thing we took from our ideology springing up from conservative Western culture. This is why it's easier for me to empathize with Hasan when he says shit like, why are you guys worried about this more than the war in Palestine? Because even though he's a dumbass, it's totally worth criticizing, what he's saying is genuinely true. And I completely agree with it. I don't care if Hasan's a bad person. I'm allowed to agree with him. I don't see a bad person and immediately just write off every fucking thing they say. Most things that people say come from something. They could be lies. That's worth considering. But another thing worth considering, Hasan is a leftist. He's a shitty one, but we do share some views. Here's another thing worth considering that I think most of you just wanted to write off because you think of Hasan as like a fucking cartoon character instead of a real human being that is very flawed and very stupid, but is still a real human being. He's a very bad human being, but he's also allowed to do good things sometimes. Did you know that? It is so easy to imagine that when you're working and talking about a very serious global issue and someone keeps bringing up this fucking dog that you don't think you're fucking dumb, you kind of just sit there and go, why the fuck are you talking about my goddamn dog? There's people dying in Palestine. Again, nuance. Let me fucking put the nuance. Like, flash it on screen. Flash it on screen. We need to make sure they get it as much as possible. I don't think that's totally right for Hasan to think he's definitely being defensive. He needs to address the situation. It's such a weird thing because, like, genuinely, I don't know. There are videos by Hasan's friends. I saw this one. I actually posted this one because I thought it was really important to post a counter argument, and I wish that I had done that in the original video. That's another thing that I'm pretty sorry for. I said things very matter-of-factly without really knowing the full context. I just kind of went off like, oh, he definitely him this time. And the thing with these counter arguments where I will give him some validity, she shows that the shock collar that everyone's talking about isn't a shock collar. Now, at the same time, Tom has shown commentary from a person that makes that shock collar showing it was a shock collar. I don't fucking know. All I do know is that Hasan definitely has abused his dog. That I'm not putting an alleged label on. There's the video where he pulls the dog's tail, and then there's the one where he keeps the fucking dogs in a cage together and is laughing as they're biting each other. Now, the second one, maybe you could justify that as like necessary abuse needed for parenting. Sure, there's probably a better way to do it. And honestly, Hasan, if you stop fucking streaming all the goddamn time, which you have been vocal about doing for some fucking reason, because you want to sound like a fucking rise and grind type, which you fucking are, you dumbass, and took the time to sit there with your fucking dogs and let them peacefully learn to get used to each other instead of watching them on a camera in a live stream like a fucking Roman emperor watching a gladiator match. Maybe you could do that without fucking isn't that crazy? The things that his friends say sound very much like, oh, well, he's always nice when I'm around. That dog is spoiled. Hasan's an angel to that dog. He would never abuse him. You're just making things up about my friend, which is pretty fucking gay. I'm not gonna lie. Now, it's a little bit different with Valkyrie. I got shit for defending Valkyrie, and it's just like, what the fuck did she actually do? She was asked about this shit on a live stream. She didn't make a video trying to say Hasan was a good guy. She live streamed, got asked about it, and went, can we fucking not talk about my dumbass friend? Look, there's a fucking war going on in Palestine. Isn't that more important? Now, yes, That is an approved Hasan talking point. That, yeah, totally. Why is that a bad thing? That your defense is there's something worse going on? Leave me the fuck alone. I have nothing to do with this shit. It's my dumbass friend. Especially since, like she said, she was on her fucking period. She just got off a fucking plane. She was jet lagged. She had bronchitis. I think it's pretty fucking reasonable, unless I'm missing something here. Let me know. Am I missing something? To try to have empathy for that person that just got caught up in that fucking situation randomly. That's a really stupid situation to be put on the spot and be beholden to your fucking audience that you have to now answer for your dumbass friend that isn't fucking you. I don't give a fuck. You can call me a fucking Valkyrie simp. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Call me generic Sentainment from now on. I don't give a fuck. In fact, as payment, Valkyrie, send me 5 pictures of those glorious, glorious feet and 3 of that sweet, hairy, hickory little fucking cloaca you got there. That's how you know when wait's going to bar. He starts calling a pussy a cloaca.
Damn, baby girl, let me rub up on that cloaca for a second. Come on, girl, I'ma just rummage around in there for a little bit. Let me in that cloaca. I see that egg popping through, girl, come on.
Now that puts Hasan in a really horrible light. Doesn't mean he's not worth empathizing with. And that's another one of the main things I want to get into with this video. And why you should be watching more things. Why you should be taking in the perspective of more people that you disagree with. Because they are all important. This is exactly why Tom pissed me off so much. And to be fair to you guys, I shouldn't have been as mad at Tom. Being a dumb, ignorant white boy is a social issue that is very important, worth criticizing. But on an individual level, it's a little bit less important than the dog. It's just really fucking aggravating when someone is downplaying the fact that I'm working 12-hour days against my will to murder people. Oh, and while we're on that, let's address that real quick. This thing about how since I don't like that, I should just leave countries. I love that argument so much. That argument only exists because it's really rude to call people retarded in real life. That's the only reason. See, you just go, ooh, they just said that absurdly, immediately fucking stupid thing. And if I call them retarded, I'm gonna feel bad. This is a person that I'm gonna feel bad about. That's the only reason this shit exists. I can't believe I'm seeing this shit online. I'm not even call people retarded immediately. I'm doing it now. You're fucking retarded.
Because the answer, I feel like, is almost always the same. This fuck-ass empire.
Oh, no, hold up. That's too complicated. Let me break it down. So, America is an empire, literally in the sense that we have several territories outside of our borders, but also in the sense that, like, Japan and Korea and Israel, all of their governments were crafted by us, and in the sense that our money is the base rate for most other countries. We are the leading power in the world, and that means most countries will answer to us. Most countries are aligned with us. Most countries act in our interests. Like an empire. That's an empire. I know it's not in name, like a lot of shit with propaganda. That's an empire.
This fuck-ass empire and its fuck-ass immigration policies make it nigh fucking impossible for poor people to fucking do that shit. No, I'm not fucking moving. I can't. I would love to. It'd be fucking great. It'd be fucking amazing. Now, my taxes would probably still go to fucking Israel.
Because, hey, it's an empire. Most countries, their money goes to fucking Israel in some way. And I really thought about it. I was like, where could I go? I mean, most of these places I'd still get murdered. That's another fucking thing to consider. But where could I go? And I was like, you know what? Mexico, now they have a leftist, like, leader and shit. She is gonna get murdered by the CIA, but maybe I could at least see, like, what they're doing. So I looked it up. Are they donating to Israel? No! Except for their fucking military aid! Wow! It's almost like it's an empire! I wanted to talk about this in a later video. Maybe I'll just reiterate this point. But in the newest Captain America movie, that movie pisses me off about as much as Pokemon Legends ZA. And it's probably for the smallest thing other than it just being not that interesting of a movie. But in this movie, there is a conflict about America taking resources from Japan. And when that happens, Japan attacks America with jet planes. And that pissed me off so much. Like, this is just another facet of the empire. Do you know America's relationship with Japan historically? Japan and America have this horrible fucking abusive relationship. The idea that they are like separate countries capable of attacking each other is fucking Looney Tunes. Without even mentioning the fact that after World War II, America said Japan wasn't allowed to have a military anymore, which they do have a military force, the JDF, which are like a Coast Guard, which I assume is the people that attacked America was the fucking Coast Guard. They attacked the most powerful country in the world. Wow, that's brilliant. That's fucking brilliant. That's not a weird coded way to say, hey, America's not an empire. Calm down. Calm down. Japan's still a separate country. That's not weird propaganda. It might not be. It might generally just be that dude being fucking retarded. Here, let me tell you the story of how Japan met America, okay? Japan was this nice, cute little Yukiko Sakaguchi. I don't know who the fuck that is. I made her up. In her, like, robe, just sitting there. I just want to be alone and do other evil imperial shit. That's a whole other story. That's not the point. And they wanted to be closed off. America strode up, dick in hand. Hey, girl, you want to trade with us? got a nice fucking yukata there, girl. You look pretty. And Japan was like, no, that's okay. We're too busy on our own evil shit. And America was like, nah, girl. No. Open that ass up, girl. I'm coming in there. America and Japan's relationship, like its relationship with many other countries in the world, is this situation where Japan is constantly fucking getting attacked over and over, and they finally wanted to strike back, and that was Pearl Harbor, and America fucking threw a nuke at them. That is some, yeah, I spoke up and he knocked 3 of my teeth out type shit. Notice that they started acting a lot cooler with us after that. She shut the fuck up. Good job, America. You shut that bitch up. That's the one that I know personally, but that's the vibe you get from a lot of countries. Like, South America is full of stories of America overthrowing their democratically elected leaders for not aligning with their values. That is America. That is the American empire. I hope the Hasan fans know this. I'm speaking more to the Turkey Tom white boys that want to just call me a fucking rage bait or not engage the fucking argument. That's another thing. I said that earlier, and it was kind of funny just to leave that. I know I pissed somebody off with that. I do just want to say I am absolutely rage baiting. What upset me, again, nuance. I know you didn't get it back then. Maybe you will now. The way that you guys were calling me a rage baiter was very indicative of the fact that you didn't want to fucking engage with the video. You thought it was just bullshit that I was making up to piss people off. And to a degree, I was. That's why I named it like that. Tagging it. This is my favorite comment. Tagging them. Not so they would react. They weren't gonna fucking react. If they do, I'd be really surprised. I'd be really interested if Tom reacted. If Hasan reacted, I would fucking ignore it. I don't have any respect for that person. Tom is actually a genuine human being, I think, to some degree. I would be genuinely interested in what he had to say. Probably be a bunch of dumb shit. But either way, I'm getting past the point. This is why I just spoken simple shit that I thought you guys would fucking interpret in a nuanced way, but no. Let's just break everything open now, which genuinely, that's probably a good idea. I'm annoyed, but I am here to serve you in some way. I need to adapt to how you act. And in the future, I'm definitely going to be less disrespectful about this shit. You just pissed me off this fucking time. Because genuinely, I don't think it's that bad of a thing that you're not paying attention that much. Not everybody has to do that. I honestly don't do it a lot of the time, too. The difference is I take in things that I disagree with, and I think that's where I stop shutting things out, and once I finally, like, hear what they're actually saying, like the several points that I made in the video that are literally in this comment, I don't start just spewing bullshit and disengaging with things that I don't agree with. I do encourage you to do that. It will definitely improve your life, but not everybody's fucking gonna. And I can't hide from that. I shouldn't. Let's get back to why I can't fucking immigrate.
This fuck-ass empire and its fuck-ass immigration policies make it nigh fucking impossible for poor people to fucking do that shit. Oh, I'm not fucking moving. I can't. I would love to. It'd be fucking great. I can't. The reality is, for people that don't make a lot of fucking money, unlike your ass, clearly, I can't, dumbass.
In conclusion, please take in more perspectives that are different from your own. Please stop disregarding perspectives when they don't align with you. And I have trouble with this too. I do it more than a lot of people, but I definitely have trouble with this sometimes. I got annoyed at fucking Omni giving these like weird liberal takes on shit. And it was just like, dude, you need to fucking, he's a news show that could probably be like pretty valuable for you to listen to and interesting to like analyze. I think in addition to just broadening your perspective and strengthening how you think about things, you start forming your own perspective on things instead of just listening to YouTubers and forming your opinion off of them. Which I know isn't all of you. A lot of people fucking do. It makes it easier to spot bullshit. You wanna know something? I bullshitted you guys earlier. We're gonna get a super nuance here. I bet a lot of you recognize that, and I bet there's a lot of comments about it. That wasn't entirely on purpose. It was definitely an oopsie, but I'm gonna fucking save it. Earlier I said that Tom was dismissing Hasan for interviewing Hamas. And that was a lie. That was a dead-ass lie. He wasn't. He was interviewing the Houthi. Now, to the leftists that haven't watched Tom, you probably just bought that. And that's not good. And to the right-wingers that are like, see, you don't even know what you're talking about. Here's the thing. I am lightly familiar with that conflict. It's about the same thing. It's another group of people fighting for their freedom. Now, they're racist. Tom mentions that they have something like a curse to all Jews on their flag, which is horrifying. Like, don't do that. Holy fuck, I can empathize with being mad at them. After that, there's this like weird myth that that's just how those people are. They just hate Jews. And no, that area has had fair-skinned and Jewish people in it. The violence started when Israel was created. That is why so many Muslim countries are angry at Israel. There's no ancient conflict. If you literally open up the Quran, some of the first lines are talking about how Jewish and Christian people can go to heaven. Like, not go to heaven under some weird condition where they convert to Judaism, go to heaven. Because they essentially believe in the same things. And their religion isn't about hate. Because most religions aren't about hate. Why the fuck would it be about hate? They don't have anything against them. There is just a weird ton of propaganda by Western powers to keep Israel there. Because that's where all the oil is. It's very convenient to have a Western-controlled colony in Oiltopia. Like, I want to make it clear. I'm not saying Jews are bad. I'm saying I can understand you having that flawed perspective
given your situation. I would probably have it too. It's not good to have it, but it doesn't make you an invalid person for having it. That's the thing. You're not invalid. You can be bad without being invalid. You can be bad and still be worth engaging with. That's what annoys me. Tom is so dead set on how dare you engage with these people, and why are you so invested in these fucking people? It's important. It's literally fucking important. Hasan is not doing it in good faith. I really find the part where he like cheers the kid on for like capturing ships just ghoulish. Like seriously, that's weird, dude. And Hasan probably wouldn't do that if he wasn't just trying to sell these ideologies to people. Again, I'm literally worried about Hasan becoming like a communist dictator of like some small area of America whenever the government inevitably fucking falls. Like that, this is how that shit happens. You push dumb, dangerous ideas onto impressionable people because whatever the fuck sells. Part of the reason I didn't like buckle and just say like, oh no, you're right, I just don't understand. I do understand, fuck you. I'm not here to just sell you the fucking lie you want to hear. I don't understand as some other people. I'm not like FD Signifier who can sit there and research for fucking hours, but I know enough to say my fucking piece. Regardless of that, the fact that he is engaging with these people and their struggle that is a real part of the world is a very good thing, no matter who he is. He needs to be criticized and replaced. That's why I'm making this video. Instead of having a figurehead like Hasan who is always going to do shit like this, because that's just the society that we live in. More of us need to accept this as a reality. People are suffering. All of us need to take the good parts of Hasan and leave the weird capitalist shit behind. And the biggest one of those things, in my opinion, is this way that we just ignore things we don't want to hear because we want to be nice and comfortable in our little bubble with our favorite influencer that tells us everything we fucking want to hear. A lot of the left got really annoyed at ContraPoints for her video dismissing conspiracy theories, and she's still an important person to consider. She's a liberal. Liberals are part of the world. You need to consider their perspective. I know there's this argument that that's how you end up falling into these pipelines by watching like left or right-leaning things, and that is a real thing. Here's the thing, I don't have that problem. The algorithm will recommend you diverse things if you're seeking out diverse things. I mentioned What If Althist before. He was recommended to me by the algorithm. I still get recommended a lot of leftist stuff too. What actually ends up happening when you diversify what you're looking for and are constantly looking for counter arguments isn't that you just become like this weird dude that just thinks everything somehow, because that wouldn't make any fucking sense. You start noticing the bullshit, because we're all kind of bullshitters with flawed perspectives. A lot of y'all did that to me and that was good. Like genuinely, I'm glad y'all were able to disagree with me. Do it more. I don't ever want to be somebody that you constantly agree with, because that means I'm just telling you what you want to hear, and I think that's what a lot of other video essayists do. I fucking hate how much video essays try to just be like, oh, this is the full coverage of the event. No, it's fucking not. I don't care how many facts they present, they're missing something. They're always missing something. Not because they're dumb, because they're human. Humans always have flawed perspectives on things. They always leave certain things out, not even because they're inconvenient, because they don't fit the story that they're trying to tell. We love stories, so people try to present events as stories. Events are not stories, they're events. Should people stop making stories then? No, stories are fucking great. They can be a really easy way to digest real events too. The thing is, you need to understand that's not the whole story. There's multiple sides to every story. This is the best way to fight against things like misinformation and weird political echo chamber pipelines. I think it's the only way we fight against that without just censoring ourselves, which shouldn't happen anyway. We let ourselves be a part of the world instead of sitting back and letting the algorithm do the work for us. Be a person. It makes it so much easier to have friendships. I know I probably seem like an asshole. I have a lot of friends. I don't have a lot of close friends, but that's more because of anxiety. But I do have a lot of people that we're friends or acquaintances or something. We're cool with each other. I have a lot of people like that in my life. It's mostly because the kind of shit that I say here, I keep inside and save for you motherfuckers. But it's also because when someone says something that I disagree with, I just listen. That's all I do. That's why, even though y'all piss me the fuck off about the rage baiting thing, I still engaged with one of you because I thought you were funny. I didn't want to disregard you just for disagreeing with me. That's not a thing people should do to each other. It's a very important skill to have as an adult. You don't have to change everyone's mind. Honestly, let their minds change your mind. I mentioned I used to be a communist. You know how that changed? I listened to a Republican talk to me about communism, and I didn't agree with most of the things he said, but some of the things he said kind of ticked that, like, oh yeah, that system wouldn't work, like, really, because most power systems don't work. I wish that guy knew that he made me into an anarchist, because I know that would have pissed him off so much. That would have been so funny. He is this old man that I used to work with, who is such a fucking Republican, made me an anarchist. So funny. Dicks out for that dude. He fucking rocks. Probably homophobic too. Oh my god. And also, let yourself be bad. That's another. Let yourself be bad and let other people be bad. Consider people's perspectives when they're bad. You don't need to shut someone out just because they're being bad. This gets really annoying, especially as a black person. I was literally just watching a true crime thing about some black girl who kept saying she was getting bullied by her manager. And according to the reports, she would have like these really rage-filled outbursts with this manager a lot. And I guess during one of them, she just snapped and ended up killing her. And all these reports really focused on the outbursts and try to make her seem like this like fucking crazy person, but it's like, that shit doesn't happen in a vacuum. Like, why aren't we asking what the manager was saying to her? Was there maybe a reason she was reacting like this? Again, it's not okay that she killed her, but that manager is in a position of immense power over this girl, and they're at a fucking McDonald's. Like, your life is already way worse just being at a McDonald's, especially if you're not the manager. But people don't want to engage with that. They just want, oh, well, she was the bad guy. Like, there's no societal systematic pressure that could constantly push her towards doing something bad. Black anger towards microaggressions is a real ass thing. Like, it's totally acceptable to be kind of an asshole if you're nice, but the second you start acting up like nigga into, because we get pushed a fucking lot, suddenly you're the bad guy. You shouldn't have fucking done that. You're putting out more anger. So are fucking they. Now, answer below, kids. We're gonna bring the word of the day up again. Did you think, wow, he's supporting a murderer? Or did you think, wow, he's empathizing with someone who is probably going through a lot? I wonder if that systematic pain was what caused that person to murder someone. Maybe there's something beyond, oh, they're just fucking crazy. Lock them away. We don't need to think about them. Comment below. I want to hear you, kids. I'm really believing you on this one, okay? I want to see it. Come on, I believe in you. We don't like considering that. It's not good to be angry. Anger is an evil fucking thing that we need to like lock up into a fucking box like a Horcrux from Harry Potter. Okay, that's the last one I left this audience. Harry Potter. I don't know shit about Harry Potter, but Harry Potter, fuck you. Allowing yourself to get angry is an important part of being an adult. It's actually a philosophical concept called the Jungian shadow. I think a lot of you probably already know this. Literally like half stories ever are about this thing, especially in like anime. Persona 4 is just the Jungian shadow as a game. Carl Jung, who was I think some German philosopher or something like that, I don't fucking know, had the theory that honestly to me is just true. I think to a lot of people that have experienced confronting your shadow is just true, but it is still a theory. There's flaws in this. We hide the parts of ourselves that either make other people or ourselves uncomfortable. We hide that away in our shadow, and we don't confront our shadow. We don't like him. We don't let him exist. And because of this, when we least expect it, our shadow, pent up and probably fucking horny, lashes out violently and does shit that we don't really mean to do. And that's the thing, we do mean to do that. We don't like that we mean to do that. We end up stressing ourselves and putting ourselves through so much emotional pain because we don't want to mean to do that, but we do mean to do that. Because anger is a real and valid part of the human experience. So is greed, so is gluttony, so is every other fucking evil thing. They are a part of you. You can't push them away. You're just gonna make those problems way worse and come out in way more disgusting and unhealthy ways. And there is a practice that can be very helpful for you, where you just let him exist. Let yourself be that person that other people don't like. That's what a lot of this video is. I kind of did it thematically. Honestly, in most cases, I probably wouldn't, because my job is to make y'all a little bit comfortable. At the same time, I'm a fucking edgelord. You're gonna see this in a lot of my art. I love making you motherfuckers uncomfortable, because I think it pushes you to think about things. That's why I was so fucking angry. That's my shadow, bitch. She's beautiful, ain't she? I love that bitch. She got a fat ass. What the fuck was I talking about? Study things. Study young. Study things. Embrace the world. That's one of the biggest things I think most people need to understand. The world is still here. It's dangerous, and terrifying, and evil. And it's one of the best things that ever existed. It's one of the most fulfilling things ever. There's so much fucking beauty in it, and there's so many interesting things about it. And we have a culture of hiding from it because it's dangerous. Because we don't want to confront our shadow, and we don't want to confront things that make us uncomfortable. Do that. Please. For the love of fucking God. I don't care if you dislike this video. I don't care if you call me a fucking dumb whatever. I don't know. Just do that. Please. Please. What the fuck outside?